Do 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 do. Here we go. All messages. There we go. Okay. Whew. Welcome everybody, whether you're watching this one live or you're watching on the instant replay, is what I'm going to call it, later on for days and months and years to come. Today we're baking cheesecake. I'll say it's a basic cheesecake. It's a classic cheesecake. A little bit of hint, or I'll say a hint of lemon, and then topping it off with a nice blueberry sauce. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be fantastic. We're actually going to prepare and bake the cake now. It's middle of the afternoon, middle of the day. I'm doing a smaller one today, so it's not going to take as long to cool. I'm going to come back on live later on tonight and finish it off with the blueberry sauce. But today, we're going to go through the entire recipe for the cheesecake and the blueberry sauce, bake it up, whip it up, get it ready, come back, sauce it up tonight. But tonight, what we're going to do is we're also going to bake another cheesecake with a different type of sauce. So that way we're going to do everything at the same time and be able to finish off this blueberry one. So it's time to bake, so let's get baking, okay? Apron's got to come off. I'm going to go through everything step by step. Oh, goodness. First thing to do is we've got to preheat our oven. So I'm just going to hit start on that guy. And then start preparing the ingredients. So normally, let's just get this going first. Let's get that up to about 385 to start. Normally what I do is I prepare all my ingredients before I get baking. That way I don't need to remember everything that I need to put inside the cheesecake. Just remember the order of operations, but today I haven't done that. I just brought everything out. It's not last minute, but it certainly isn't as well prepared as I normally would be. So I've got a little bit of flour over here to start. I'll move that aside because we don't really need that. And we can start moving everything else. First things first, I'm going to get that butter melted. Okay, butter melting is important for the crust. And it just needs for that about 45 seconds or so. Hopefully there's not 45 minutes in there. And we'll start unwrapping and getting everything else ready. Welcome, if this is your first time into the live. Annie, am I pronouncing that correctly? I can't, my eyes, I can't see that far down on this small print. Well, hello. So I'm using 2 blocks of cream cheese today because I'm baking a smaller cake. I'll get these on plate as well. Now I've had this out for a few hours. Important we get this at room temperature. We don't want to be baking with cold ingredients. Watching that butter over there in the microwave. Oh, I almost lost an egg. We don't want to do that. Lovely sound of melted butter, ready to go. I'm sure we'll have some fun. It's always better baking these things live. In case of mishaps and things go wrong. It's always fun to see it happen. I'm not a big fan of always editing videos and trying to make them look perfect. Minion, today we're baking up a classic blueberry cheesecake. It's going to be fun, it's going to be good. Cream cheese ready. I'm going to set these in a bowl. These eggs, you know what? We'll set them right there on that towel. As I could see it coming. The eggs going over. We've got our sour cream ready. Crumbs, let's get a bowl. And we're baking this little guy today. This little, we'll say it's a little 6-inch. I see names popping in. Sareem, hello. I like 007. Absolutely, all day for 007. Okay, so because this is a smaller cheesecake, we're not going regular recipes, so I'm going to do conversions up here. Normally I would use 2 cups, so today we'll use 1.5, give or take. And as you can see, if we miss a little bit, that's okay. Like when you spilled it, it wasn't 1.5, it was 1.62. Yeah, it happens. So let's see how they say go by eye. I think that's my good eye, so yeah, it looks about right. Now, if you notice, I don't know if we can see everything behind me over here. I've got hundreds of Oreos, not hundreds right there. There might be. Actually, there are. There's 140, I think, 142. I think there's 36 in a bag. Something like that. A lot of, I found these on sale. Check this out. The Mr. Beast Feastables chocolate. This is the dark chocolate. I was stunned. I'd never had it before until I think it was 4 or 5 days ago, and I used this to bake a Reese's peanut butter cheesecake, and I used this as well as a topper, the dark chocolate. They were 74 cents for a bar, and I saw them the week before, and they were like $3.50. I said, how can I not? How can I not? So I did. Anyway, we'll call that about 1.5 cups of, I already had, notice that I used a pre-crushed, I don't know, graham cookie, graham cracker. You can get the crackers as well and do it yourself, but if it's already done. I saved a little butter there in case I need it. Let me just angle that down a little bit. You can see the bowl a little bit better. How about that? I guess we can see the bowl pretty good through there. It's tough being the camera operator and the baker at the same time on a live. Well, it's like every day. I'm doing it on my own. So this should be like wet sand. Wet sand. So right there, too dry. So I'll add in the rest of the butter. Again, normally I'd be using 2 full cups of crushed graham crumbs and half a cup of melted butter. The butter, I kind of just eyed it today. Just eyeballing it because I wanted to use the last. I've got the backup butter here in case I need it. I wanted to use that piece, that chunk that I have left over. So let's see how sandy that is. Yeah, it'll be okay. So we'll do just a pinch. That's a pinch of salt right there. Boom! And not too much sugar because the cheesecake's gonna have enough sugar on its own. And if you put too much sugar in the crust, it's gonna come out rock hard. And we don't want that. So sugar-wise, I'm using that because I didn't have another spoon. Look, so I'm gonna say that's about a teaspoon. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. About a teaspoon. Boom! There wasn't too much. And once I have it stirred, again and mixed, I'm just gonna check the consistency again. If I feel like we need a tad more butter, we'll do it. But right now, I'll be honest, I'm feeling like I don't want to do it. I'm being lazy. I'm thinking it could use a little bit more butter. I don't want to unwrap that and start over. Let's see. You know what? That's going to be okay. We're taking a chance. We're living dangerously with the butter. Okay, ready. Done. Yeah, I don't think so, pal. Hey, Juan. Make sure we're seeing everything on here. Okay, that's a little guy. It came with this, this tin came with 50 of these pre-cut parchment papers. If you have a good one, a good springform, I believe you don't even need the parchment paper in there. Let's see how we look, dumping about half of that in. Yeah, see that? We're gonna pack it down a little bit, use a little bit more. If there's any leftover for the crust, what I do is I bring in this little one here, the 4-inch. Let's see if we pack it down how it looks. So let's angle you in. If you haven't made a cheesecake before, you want to see exactly how it's being done on the crust. We got to make sure you can see that. So let's go right there. Oh, this is going to be a fresh baked cheesecake, Audrey. Fresh baked. Let's bring that up a little bit more. So I'm just packing in. You can use whatever you want. You want to use glass, that's fine. I'm using hard plastic. This one seems to work really well when I'm doing cheesecake. So pack in the center and then work your way. If you want to go around to the sides, you start twisting. Twisting out to the sides, and then it presses up the side. Now, if you want to go all the way up to the top, you just need more crust prepared. Or if you just want a little bit, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, that's fine. Depending on how much I have. Oh, we lost some right there. It's going to be less than I was anticipating. Okay, good. And then what I do after it's packed in, I square it all up with the spoon. So that way, if we want to have it level around the sides, we can do that. Maybe I should get my level. If we had a small enough level, we could put it in there and make sure it's all even. Okay, so this is what it looks like to start with. Okay, next, spoon, go around the edges, press it in. The reason we're doing the crust first is because we've got to par bake it. Get it in the oven, 10, 12, 13 minutes. It's like a pre-bake, right? And now once that's done, now I'm gonna start pressing up on the sides, make sure that's firm. If it falls, don't worry about that right now. We're just making sure it's firm. Some say butter the springform pan first. I've never done that for these cakes. They always release properly. So once the sides are good, and we've got that firmed in, now you can leave everything for a rustic look around the edges like that, or if you want to, you can use either your spoon this way, or you can use the base of the spoon that way, and start smoothing around. See if you can get it level. It always looks nice. And what I'll do is I've got a couple of cheesecakes in the fridge. I'm going to show you what it will look like when it's done. Now, they're not full size. They're actually mini ones. Like I say, if I have leftovers, I'll do the mini versions. Once that's squared away, they're going to be done, and we'll pop it in the oven. This little one, 6-inch cheesecake, should only take you 10 minutes. We won't need that 12 or 13th minute. There we go. Nice, smooth on the top. Smooth. Perfect. Oven preheated. So check that out right there. That's the finished product. Okay. I'll bring in this one as well. Since it's here and we have crust left over, pop it in. I'm not sold on how dry it's going to be. I think the crust was a little dry. Hey, let's use it all. It's there. We're not wasting any of this. Press. Don't need to do much on this one because it's a smaller tin. I'm not going up the sides at all. See how that's pressed in right there? Nice. Pressed in. I'll pop those in the oven real quick. Fast. Where's my tray? I need the tray. A little bit easier to operate. Pull them out when they're on the tray. And then I'll show you the ones that are in the fridge. The mini ones. We'll set a timer just so I don't forget that we'll go 10. There we go. Start. Excellent. So check these out from the other day. What I've got. This is the mini one. I had to try this. This was the Reese's Peanut Butter Mini. Check, this is what the mini will look like on the side. So the crust, you can see the crust just at the bottom, right there. The crust at the bottom. Cheesecake. Have the dark chocolate. You can see it better from here. Dark chocolate layer, whipped cream, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and also Reese's Peanut Butter Cups right inside the cheesecake as well. I ate half of this one. This was good. This was really good. It was tough not to eat the rest of it. And then this one here, it almost looks like a donut. This one was a birthday cake Oreo. I've kind of just crushed it all, but anyways, it's the mini. Again, looks like a donut, but check this one out. So that's the birthday cake Oreo crust. We've got the cheesecake, milk chocolate layer, whipped cream, more crushed Oreos on top, crushed Oreos inside the cheesecake, and some pink sprinkles. It was a girl's birthday, my cousin. So we made her the big cheesecake. Tried that one out as well. That was fantastic. So this little guy, not sure what we're going to put in there. Hey, Sink. Wasa. Hello. I'm trying to pronounce everyone's names properly today. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes. Actually, now we've only got 9. So we need to get moving here. I'd like to have the cheesecake batter ready. Let's make sure that's going to be in the right spot, okay? Lift it up. Okay, cream cheese. So I'm using one. I didn't mean to use that whole block, but I've already tossed the wrappers. So I'm using 1.5 blocks of cream cheese in there today. I'll deal with this other half later on. Okay, get in the paddle, lock it in, get that thing moving, okay? Thanks, Ben, appreciate you. Sick, did I pronounce that correctly? I hope so. Okay, next up, sugar. So I like doing a combination of white sugar and brown sugar. We certainly don't discriminate in the kitchen or anywhere for that matter. So normally I'd be using a full cup of sugar. Combination breakdown between the two. So what I'm doing here is, that's about 1/2 cup of white sugar. So I'm going to go just past that. Get that ready. I'm going to leave that whip up for about 2 minutes first. Sick, we're doing a cheesecake. We're doing a cheesecake today. And then I've got brown sugar. I'm putting in there as well. So you see what we're doing over here. So I'm going to keep it just under a total of 1 cup of sugar. And I'm just kind of loose here, adding in the brown sugar. That's our sugar content. Thanks, Doyle. Appreciate that. Okay, so this is great because now we just kind of get to rest a little bit while that's beating around. Now I'm going to crank up the speed a little bit. Hopefully you can see right inside the bowl that it's around. Actually, what the heck? We're live. Let's show you. See how it's all sticking up there? We don't want that, okay? We're going to get chunks in our cheesecake if we leave it like that. So scrape it off, push it through. Come on. Play ball. Come on. There we go. We're going to have to do this 2 or 3 times anyways throughout the process when we scrape the sides of the bowl because we don't want chunks. Okay, let's get her up one more. There we go. It's like the F1. We just put our foot down on the accelerator, or the paddles, I should say. Higher speed is whipping it a little bit better. I'll check the time on the crust. 6 minutes. Oof. I've fallen behind. I've fallen behind. Okay. Cream cheese looks like it's starting to whip, so that's really good. We're doing well. We're doing well. Lower the speed down just a touch, a smidge, if you will, and then slowly start adding in the sugar. We don't need to add it in all at the same time. We're just allowing it to incorporate evenly. Up on the speed. Okay, here we go. A little bit more sugar. I'm liking it. And finally, the remainder of the sugar. Pop that all in. Good. Crank that speed up. One more. What am I on here? Level stir 2, 4, 5. I was trying to count right there. I think I'm on level 5 right now. This bad boy's got some power. It goes up to 10, so let's call this a medium speed. If we're on level 5, we're saying this is a medium speed. So now that all of a sudden it's getting nice and creamy, so that we're making progress here, guys. This is progress on our cheesecake. Looking good. Liking it. Yep, it's whipping nicely. I like this. And we've got 5 minutes on that crust. So unlatch, scrape the sides, scrape, and don't forget the bottom. Got to scrape the bottom. Good. Clean the spoon. Clean the paddle. The paddle was good, but if we had it unlatched right there, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Lock it in, speed, 5. Okay, salt, just for a little bit of contrast. My salt has a leak in the bottom. Okay, we're just putting in a pinch of salt, not a punch. So that's a pinch. Boom! Okay, I like it, making progress. Progress good. Okay, now this is where we could go off the rails because I'm being lazy, taking a chance. There, I got it. Whew. I wouldn't recommend doing that because you could have an accident there and then break your entire mix master. Next thing you know, your little 6-inch cheesecake costs you $500 for a new one. Okay, lower that speed down. We're making progress. Now I've got my artificial vanilla extract. We're not splurging for the real stuff. Now I just poured too much in there. I don't want a full capful because it's a smaller cheesecake. We don't want to just taste vanilla. A little bit less than that. There we go. That's about a 1/4 cup of vanilla. Boom. Looking good. Looking good. We're making. Where are we at on our time? 3.5 minutes. Damn it. Come on, Andrew. Come on. Get in the game. Lemon zest. I'm gonna zest it over here on the side. Jeez, come on, dude. Lemon zest. Oof, that was a close one. See? When we rush and start panicking, that's when mistakes happen. That's when injuries happen. I don't feel like grating my fingers on the live again. Did that once before. See that? I just dropped it. Stop rushing. Damn, that's twice. Okay. Lemon zest. Now we want it finer than that. I'm gonna need my knife. Let's not take a chance. Off. On. This is my good one. I'm just gonna do it right behind. Quick chop it. I don't want to hear that timer go off behind me because that means I lost. There we go, that's fine. See that lemon zest in? I think I got about half of what I wanted. Not a big deal though. We're good. We're good, we're doing well. I'm gonna move that back. Now, I need about a tablespoon fresh lemon juice. I don't want any seeds and I don't plan on getting a juicer out. So I'm going by eye here, what I feel is one. About there, a little bit more. Just a hint, that's all we wanted. Boom, done. Lemon, oh no, what's the beeper at? 57 seconds. Damn it. Okay, flour. I'm not gonna put it all, I wanted 1 tablespoon. That's about 1 right there. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it because I need my eggs. Sour cream, heaping tablespoon. 1, 2, 3, and change. Always get the change. I've got some more lemon zest. Let's not waste it. It's right there. I just lost. I'm gonna give up right there. I think I just lost. This isn't good. I would have missed the timer on Master Chef already. First day in and I missed the timer. I've got 15 seconds plus 30. Egg number 1 in. Now, add your eggs in just 1 at a time. Give it a chance to incorporate in there. This is going to allow the creaminess to happen. And as Gordon Ramsay would say, it's allowing your cheesecake to elevate to another level. Damn that timer. Let's look at it. Okay, it gets 2 more minutes. I'm giving myself a 2-minute grace right there because it doesn't look done, so that's good. We're still in the game. Unlatch, scrape around the sides and the bottom. Don't forget that bottom. It's where chunks can hide. We don't want them. Scrape, 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 scrape. That side too. Lock it in, on. Egg number 2. We're still in the game. We're not done yet. We're still in the game here. We're still in the game. It's easy to stay in the game if you just change the rules while you're playing, just like I did. Gave myself 2 more minutes on that crust. So now that I've been rushing through this, I'm trying to figure out, did I forget anything? But I think I got all my ingredients. I'm just scouring behind me in case I missed, but I think I got them all. Okay, egg number 2 incorporated. Again, scrape, scrape, bottom. So I can see some chunks of cream cheese in there. Not happy about that, so I'm gonna need to kick that speed up a hair and maybe wash my hand a little bit. Now that's beating it. There we go, come on. 40 seconds left on the timer. Lower. Egg number 3. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Made it, made it, made it. Up 1. I'm cranking it because I'm running out of time. Yeah, what is it, 3 more days? I'm not including today. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, there it is. 11 seconds, 11 seconds. Hell with it, 1 more. That's it, come on. Okay, I don't want to get too crazy and make that too airy. We're going to start getting cracks, but that's looking good. I'll take the crust out. We don't want to overdo it. I already smell that. Looking nice. Let's check it out. I'll show it to you in a second. All I'm hearing is beep, beep, beep. We got to turn off that timer. Okay, it looks good, but we'll just give it one check here. Unlatch, let that drip off so you can see this is a heck of a lot creamier than it was just a few minutes ago. Looks great. I think that's gonna be okay. I see a few chunks in there, but not too many. So let's undo the power first. Number one, before we start unlatching, I just do that as a little safety for myself. Okay, good. Excellent. So let's unlatch and move this thing out of the way. Okay, so let's make sure we've got everything from the sides, and then I'll show you, and the bottom of course, show you how creamy that is. This is exactly what we want. Nice. It's gonna be a cheesecake of a champion. I've got a lot of different cheesecake recipes on my channel. More coming out. We're kind of doing like a cheesecake fest right now. I'm trying to build a book or a library of cheesecake on the channel. So we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, now let's bring the crust over. You can check these out. I almost grabbed them with my bare hand. That would have been the moment the live went off the rails. I'll show you the small guy. Well done on the voting. Absolutely, get out there and vote. That's the mini, so I'm gonna keep this one aside. Our priority is the first one. I do the mini as a backup in case I've got some batter left over, which I usually do. So that's the small guy, or the big one right there, our big one, the 6-inch one. So let's do this first. Before we get in there, I'm gonna get my foil. Now I already have, I don't know if you're able to see it, in the oven I've got my roasting pan with water. I just took out too much foil, but that'll be okay. Let's lift this, latch it in. Just remember, your tray and your pan are hot. Bringing it up on the side. I'll use this to firm it up. My hands can usually take a certain amount of burning. They've kind of become numb over the years. As long as that's curled up, we're fine. See that? I just touched it. I could take it. We're okay. We're okay. We're good. Do it. Whew. Made it. Made it. Okay. I'm just curling it, and then I'll fold the foil back. You can see inside. So this is, because we're going to be giving these a steam bath. Who doesn't like a good steam bath? Especially our cheesecake. Okay, looks good right there. We can see it on camera, so that's good as well. Okay, so here we go. So we're always starting with the main one. Look at that. So check that out. Maybe where's a spoon? You can see how creamy this turned out to be. You'll see it when it drips, but that's what we want to see on our cheesecake batter. So you'll see it's coming out nice and smooth. If you call it velvety or not. Looks velvety enough for me. Let's keep going slowly. Now, we don't fill to the top because when this bakes, it's going to bubble up. And if we go too high, we're going to end up bubbling over. Okay, so that one's looking good. I've left about an inch of space. Let's see if we can get a mini out of this. Before I commit to it, I want to make sure. I think I'm going to go a little bit more here. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we'll have our mini right here. These minis, typically what I'll do is I'll put them in the freezer. And that way, if I have guests or anyone comes by and I can't whip something up fresh, well, guess what? Just pop in the freezer, ask them what flavor cheesecake they like, take one out. 30 minutes later on those minis, they're ready to go. It's like we just baked something. And they're still very good. Flavor's still good. I'll add the rest right in here. So we've got two good-sized cheesecakes. So you can also use that mini one if that's what you want for yourself. Boom, just like that. Just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna bring this roasting pan out. Whew. And then we're gonna be getting onto our blueberry sauce. I pulled that up too quick. Up. Now we've got to lower that temp down. Remember, I had that temp at 385. So let's put that right down. I'm gonna go 3 1/4. Start. Okay. Careful, remove that. This is hot, so be careful with that. Now over here, we should be fine. So lift, gentle, in. We want that water coming up about halfway, and that is certainly not halfway. So, I had boiled some water earlier, had it prepared just in case, and we were right, so we'll add that in. Now this is a different height, obviously, the small one, so we gotta be careful here, we don't go too high. Looks good, a little bit more. Yep, that'll do. Okay. So now we're going in the oven. We're baking here. Let's get that in the oven. I want to get on to the blueberry sauce. You guys are gonna love that one. The strawberry sauce I made last week had rave reviews. She may be watching right now. The young lady who was a recipient of that strawberry one. So just be careful here, because obviously this is extremely hot. Now you've filled it with water. Get it in there. Okay, so you're going to cook at different, they need different amount of time. So let's go, I'm going to go 20. 22, actually 21, that's one of my favorite numbers, so what the heck. 10, 11, I still can't do this right. 21, on. Now, it might need more than 21 minutes, which is fine. It's just you don't want to overcook, because if you overcook cheesecake, you're going to get cracks and craters in there. Just take a look at my channel on some of the cheesecakes. You'll see some really good craters on the cheesecakes that I bake. But we want to try and avoid them if we can. If we can. Now, just a little quick cleanup. Get rid of all this lemon zest that we had. All right. We don't really need that, but we'll keep it just in case we need it afterwards. The cheesecake will be done soon, so we're bringing out a little fire. A little fire. Now I've already pre-washed my blueberries. On. See if we can get that cranked quick. So to make the blueberry sauce, we don't need too many ingredients. Okay, where are our blueberries? These were. Now, I'm not going to lie, there were more in there before, but these are really good blueberries. I almost feel like I'm wasting them putting them in a sauce. But, hey, that's the way she goes. Able to use that same pot from boiling water that we had, which is great. So, this is all we need for sauce. We've got blueberries. We've got our lemon. We've got our sugar. And I'm gonna have a splash of vanilla. That's it, but this makes such a great sauce. I mean, whether you want to use it for cheesecake, you want to use it for crepes or pancakes, you can do that as well. Just fantastic, fantastic. Hot? Yeah. Let's go. So, usually, some would put a cup of sugar. I'm gonna put a cup of sugar in this. I've got a quarter cup right here. That's what we start with. We'll get a fresh spoon. And our blueberries in. Just a little stir. Caramelize that sugar and soften up these blueberries. Oh, I thought I'd lost another one. And then I may end up adding in more sugar, but that's why we test as we go and make sure it's got the flavor that we want. Remember, you can always add in more, but you can't take it out once it's in there. This is good. Just going to take another 2 minutes for this to really get cranking on our heat. And then we can turn it down a little bit. Ramsey's always saying don't touch it too much. That sugar, just let it do its thing. So we've got to be patient, just let it do its thing here. Blueberry sauce. Blueberry sauce is incredible. Tonight we're going to make a raspberry sauce. And I'll be baking the other cheesecake tonight. So what I'll be doing tonight is baking a second cheesecake, basically just like we did. Same size as a 6-inch plus the mini. and a raspberry sauce. By that time, this one's going to be completely cooled down. Going to take it out of the tins, prop it up, blueberry sauce, slice into it, take a look, and then I'm going to put the piece that I sliced back into the cake and blend it together to make it look like I didn't cut it so I can give it to somebody. Stir, stir, stir. Excellent. There, I can see it start to caramelize. I can feel blueberries are starting to soften up, I should say. So if you have everything coordinated, you can typically get it done before your cheesecake is done out of the oven, because once this gets soft enough, I'm going to add in the fresh lemon juice, a little pinch of vanilla, mash everything together, and then pass it through my blender real quick, and then through the sieve, because I want to make sure it's smooth and silky. Favorite cheesecake? Ooh. I mean, I almost want to just say I want to go with the classic strawberry one. That one's on the channel now too, and I just made that again last week. Actually, I made 2 strawberry cheesecakes in the last 10 days, I think. One of them has full strawberries on there. I mean, it's hard to go against the old favorites like that of the strawberry classic. Blueberry is nice. Raspberry is really nice as well. See that in there? Now we're just going to watch our heat. How about yourself? What do you like as your favorite cheesecake? Whether it's bought or baked yourself or from someone else. The Oreo ones are really addictive. I'm going to be doing, we'll call it, I just saw another video on this one, a Japanese souffle cheesecake. Oh yeah. Stir, stir, stir. See that? Everything's coming together nicely right there. I like it. I hope Uncle Sam's not on here. Uncle Sam's not a friend. Turn that heat down a little bit. Vanilla. I just want a pinch, not much. See that? Boom. Caramel. Okay, so I don't know if you can see. Oh, I should stir that first. Hang on. So it's good that you mentioned that, because right over here, I don't know if you can see right over there, I've got a whole bunch of Reese's peanut butter cups. Reese's, whatever you call them, the little things. And I'm going to be doing that with, I think, either fudge or caramel and peanut butter Oreos. I had a request for a peanut butter and chocolate. Looking nice. Okay, lemon. Let's just make sure we don't burn with the steam. We don't want any seeds. Lemon. About a tablespoon I'm doing here, give or take. We'll keep in case we need a little extra splash. And we've got to stir, stir, stir here. Stir, come on, stir. Yeah, those are breaking down nice, those blueberries. Now, we can do just as plain, I won't say plain, the basic, is that a better word for this? Basic blueberry sauce. Or we can even add whole blueberries on top of the cheesecake as well as the sauce. I'll turn that down a little bit more now. Without a hood or an exhaust fan, it's tough to see in there. Turn that heat right down now. We're looking good. In fact, we'll go right down lowest. Thanks everybody for joining the live as well. It's fantastic. Great viewership. In and out, I've seen the numbers popping way up. I'll give that a try in just a minute. See if we need to sweeten that up a little bit more. I don't like it when any type of sauce overpowers the cheesecake too. You've got to be careful and just cognizant of that sweetness level. Okay, let's give this a little test. Gotta be careful because that's gonna be hot. I don't need that much of it, but just enough to get a taste. I'm gonna let that cool. Turn that temp right down. Just a hint more. Just a hint more. Stir, stir, stir. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. There, I'll fan it out. You see that now? I can't fan it any faster than that. That's getting nice. That's getting nice, and we haven't even blended yet. It doesn't look like I'm going to need to do any mashing in there, which is great. Now, unfortunately, I've got to bring out, I call it the beast, the blender beast. Let me just take a look at our timer. 13 minutes. That's good. So in under 8 minutes, we've got our sauce pretty much ready. I'm going to give it another test too. See how that added sugar came in? This is, wow, that's something else. I keep changing spoons the more I taste this stuff. Stir, stir, stir. I don't want any burning. I don't think I'm gonna need, I don't think I need my blender. I really don't think I do. I think we've done a good enough job right here. And I'm gonna pass it through my sieve, and I think we'll be okay. And I just realized what I wanted to pour this into, both of them are dirty. Let's see if I have another. What can I use as a third option here? I don't want to put it in plastic. I'm going to suck it up and put it in a bowl. We'll put it in a bowl. That's what we'll do. Hopefully it's right here. It is. Did I just lose my... Oops. Just something else to wash. My goodness. You know that's going to be hot. Oh, come on. Dude, not again. Come on, man. Cowboy up here. Just get it out of the pot already. You know what I mean? That didn't need to happen. That didn't need to happen right there. Okay, let's move that away. So this is definitely something that I normally don't do. Is coming right into that bowl. So let's hope for the best. And since I'm not blending, I'm taking a cheater's way out. Just get that in there first. Where's the other one? Get one of these too. We want it all. Can't leave any in that bowl. See that? We got a few extra tablespoons out of that. Let's lift that up. We'll press. Press. It's really hot over it. Hey Jen, I saw you join. This is a classic cheesecake with a nice blueberry sauce. The blueberry smells really good. I gotta be careful not to drink this before the cake is done. Let's use this one and press. I want to extract all the juice, all the syrup that we can. And then we're just left with, oh, I'm not saying that I'm not going to eat the skin that's left, but man, this is going to be good. I think we basically extracted every ounce that we could right here. See, so that's what's left. I'll scrape from the bottom, just make sure we bring that in. That's what's left. Change it over. And this is our sauce. Check this out right here. Smooth, velvety blueberry. Oh, look at that. I'll do it this way. I'm not as coordinated. I don't want to splash myself in the eye with blueberry sauce. That would be off the rails. Look at that blueberry sauce. Done. I'll wash. Okay, what was our total time? So that's been in there 12 minutes. That's been in there 12 minutes. The crust was in there, say 13, so we're at 25. Add on another 5, so 30 minutes. 30 minutes, everything done for the cheesecake. That's not bad. It's not bad. And remember, there's no race. There's no race against the clock or anything when you're baking, you're at home. Let's turn that camera up while we're yapping. Yes. Blueberry, yeah, good. Well, you were close on that. That was pretty good. Thanks, everybody. I just saw the likes on the live, everybody. Jeez, thanks for the likes on there. Holy gosh. That's incredible. Now, I wish I had a helper. I'm not a fan of always doing the cleanup. But I was going to say it is what it is, but I hate that phrase. I had an old boss who used to say that all the time. And that's because she didn't have an answer for anybody, and I hated that. I hated when she would say that. It is what it is. No, I asked you a question. I'm not going off the rails. But we got to clean. There's a lot of cleaning going on. Now our cheesecake only has 7 minutes. Now, I think from there, you should be able to see in the oven. Let's see if we can take a look-see. Ooh, look at that. Mmm. So I'm going lower temp, 325. I set it at 21 minutes. We're going to check on it. And then after that, I'm going to check on it every 5 minutes. That's for the little guy. The big guy is probably going to take, I want to say, 35, 40 minutes in that range, maybe even 42 to 45. So I've got to keep my eye on it because I don't want cracks. I don't want craters. Those are no-nos. And that's about it. So there's our sauce. I can't hold that sauce. That's going to cool. It's going to cool nicely. That's really nice. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Yeah, we don't want cracks in there. Absolutely not. Trying to read all the comments, but my eyes looking down at that little screen. No cracks. So you get cracks, you know what? If you're putting a sauce right over it, like I'm going to do, if there were cracks or craters in there, we can cover them up. People wouldn't see it. And I can assure you, stuff you're seeing on YouTube, there's a lot of behind the scenes that you're not seeing whenever people are making dishes. Personally, I don't care. If I have cracks or craters, I'll show you everything. I'm telling you, check them out. I wish I could show you on this phone. There are cracks and craters everywhere. But that's okay, especially when we're doing the big Oreo ones. We're making the Oreo cheesecakes, and we're layering in, whether it's milk chocolate or dark chocolate, whatever we're putting on there before the cream and the other toppings. I call that the works. It's actually good having a crack or two and a crater, because then the chocolate will infuse right inside that cheesecake with the extra chunks of Oreo. So when people are eating into it, they're getting chocolate, they're getting Oreo, they're getting cheesecake, and they're thinking I did that all on purpose. But it was all in error, trying to cover up the mistake. But it seems like I'm onto something. Bake a cheesecake with a crater and a couple of cracks, we might have winners on our hands. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it, guys, for live. I'm coming, it's about 3:30 Eastern. I'm going to come back on live somewhere between 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern. Bake another cheesecake, but finish off the one we just made with the blueberry sauce. Cut into it, see exactly how it looks, then put it back together, sew it up, and go give it to somebody, and then we'll bake again, okay? Anyways, thanks everybody for joining. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks for hitting the like button. Share it to your friends, and we can keep this bakery, if you call it a bakery, growing, okay? Boom! Thanks so much, John. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. I was given a minute or two after I do my closing. I was going to say my closing arguments like Trumpster, but we got to wait it out because the stream is delayed. So I waited out. Sometimes there are a few questions that come in, and I want to answer everybody. Whew. That's it. Bacon done. And did I get any blueberry on the white hat? That's always the question. I didn't even clue in today. Blueberry white? No. I should buy a lottery ticket with that. I would have expected blueberry everywhere. Okay, I think that's long enough out there for everybody. Okay, until next time. Boom. Do 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 do.